In the United States, we have thousands, if not tens of thousands of small businesses all over the country. And to start your own business is a remarkable achievement. I know firsthand. It's not easy. Your day never ends. You're always busy. Even when things are good, you're looking at ways to grow faster, to innovate. I mean, it's incredible. It's full-time, nonstop, and it's not easy. I think everyone should try to open a business. Most people fail. That's okay. The lessons you learn from that are incredible. A lot of the most successful people in the world who have these businesses have failed at other businesses, and they'll say that. I mean, that's normal, but you learn, and it's an incredible experience, and it's humbling. It's great to see teams come together. It's you're gonna make mistakes. You have all these businesses all over the United States. So you're a small business owner, and now COVID hits. COVID hits pretty hard. We're starting to understand this in March. And it was really scary at first, right? Since 10% of the people who were infected were dying in March and into April. 10%. 10% of infected. That's SARS. That's what the rate of SARS was. So it was crazy in March and April. I don't know if you remember that. It was very scary. And why was that percentage so high? Because mostly New York, where cases exploded right away, spread there first, and they started putting people in nursing homes. I don't care whose fault it is. Nobody knew anything about this disease, and I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. If you really think that Trump wants to kill people or Cuomo wants to kill people, really. I mean, this is the most cynical. They don't. They have their agenda. You could hate that personality, whatever. They don't want to kill people, right? So nobody knew. I don't care who you blame or whatever, but nobody knew anything about the disease, and they thought they were doing the right thing by putting people who were infected in nursing homes, which is the worst thing you could possibly do. But older people, that death rate, they started dying like crazy. That resulted in a huge response at the beginning, and that fear, massive ships going up the coastlines in New York and California with hundreds of beds. Remember that? Which we suddenly didn't need to use because the rate came down and we realized, okay, this is something that attacks older people and let's isolate them. You fast forward to today, the death rate per infected has been falling every single month. Right? People tell you how many people are infected. It's well below 2%. Sure, more people are getting infected. Yes, I know it's record, but cases at record highs. But death rates as a percentage of infected continue to fall because we know more about this disease and especially who we need to protect. So cases are rising. The government decides to force businesses to shut down in late March. But the decisions are not black or white, where all restaurants or all public businesses need to shut down. No, it's not like that. No way. It's only happening in certain areas based on the state you live in, based on the zip code you live in. So you could have restaurants literally closed on one block and the next block, they can remain open. Like COVID doesn't exist on the next block. We've seen that. We've seen it all over New York, California, different places. You also mandate that mom and pop convenience stores, you have to close. You have to close. Even those essential businesses, you have to close while we're going to allow Walmart, Targets, the Home Depots to remain open. And when you look at the science, and people always love throwing that around. If you look at the science and then they say their opinion, I'll throw myself and inject myself into that and say, if you look at the science, there's none that shows you're more likely to get COVID at an indoor restaurant where social distance measures are in place and people are using, compared to going to Walmart or Target that are also indoors. I'm not talking about both sides of my mouth here. Either it's dangerous for everyone or not dangerous for everyone, right? But the government says, too bad, some of you are going to close and others don't have to. As a small business owner, you do the right thing. You comply. You're pissed off since this is your livelihood. This is how you feed your family. And revenue, no business in the world models for revenue to fall 50, 70, 80% immediately. Nobody. Should be modeling for 20%. That's what I do here. What happens if revenues fall 20%? What do we need to cut? What do we need to do? You should always have that plan in place before it happens if you have a business, especially if you're doing well. Know your numbers. Every number, every stat for your business is the most important thing in the world. Believe me, they'll catch up to you in a second. That's why most businesses fail. But you're being forced to shut down. And it's not because You did a bad job running your business, which, you'll be able to live with, right? Because that's fine. Hey, try to open a business and shut down didn't work. No, you're closing because you're being mandated by the government to shut down. That government says, you know what? Don't worry, guys. We're going to take care of you. You small business owners, we're going to help all of you. Every single one of you. And you guys are going to be fine. You're going to be okay. Don't worry. They come out with a loan program, PPP loan program, CARES Act. Released trillions of dollars through this special loan program, which is amazing. They released that much, which is incredible. That's great. They did it for these businesses who are being forced to close. Thought it was funny how Harvard applied for the PPP loan. By the way, they have a $40 billion endowment. Shake Shack applied for this, even though they have access to the capital markets. Small businesses do not. Tons of schools with endowments. Large companies applied for this. And then afterwards, when they got caught, oh, no, we're going to give it back. We're going to give it back. Gotta love it. Man, when you have money and you're handing out, the people that want it the most are usually the people who are the richest and the greediest. It's kind of crazy. It's insane. But anyway, small businesses got some relief, and this is in April and May. That relief lasted them a couple of months. 2-3 months. And you had stories, people talking about, this is great, okay, we're able to hire people, we're able to stay open, thank you so much. We're now 7 months later. And we're locking down again. And these people, these small business owners are dying. They're out of money. They're laying off employees. And we're going through another wave of lockdowns. And remember, these businesses are being forced to close while other businesses are allowed to stay open. They're asking for more help. They're screaming for more help. And our politicians, they're not helping these people. Why? Because a lot of them want more stuff, and they both agree that, hey, small businesses are hurting. They don't pass a dial-down version still as of today that I'm doing this. They've been saying, oh, they're close for 3 months now. I don't know how close they are, but they still haven't passed it. But why haven't they passed it? Most of them are looking for state funding, since a lot of policies they enacted closing most businesses means that your state's not generating any tax revenue. But both sides are arguing over these things in order to pass this stimulus, this round. They're arguing over things that have nothing to do with helping these small businesses. 7 months now, and fucking nothing. Sorry, it's worth cursing there. These politicians are all getting paid. They all make money. They're fine. They're good. They're going to go home the holidays, enjoy with their families probably, even though they're telling you, stay at home. And go visit their families. I mean, it's great. We love seeing that, right? Close your business, wear a mask. And then these people just, come on. Don't practice what you preach. It's pretty terrible. But how many small businesses need to go under before you finally pass a watered-down version of the stimulus? Just something to help these poor people. I mean, this is in 2008 where we bailed out, corrupt, greedy asshole executives who leverage everyone else's money to get bigger bonuses. This isn't that. This isn't 2008. I can see why people hate the system and hate Wall Street, of course, right there. All these guys are about to go broke, destroy the whole financial system, bail them out, and a lot of people, nobody went to jail for that. No, these are businesses that are being forced to be closed by our government, and our government's not doing anything to help them. I mean, maybe the most un-American thing I've ever seen. You're destroying the heart of our country, small businesses. Which, by the way, every large company was a small company, a small business at one time. Every one. When it starts a company and you're generating $20 million in revenue out of the gate. Microsoft, Amazon, these are started with just ideas. These are small businesses. You look at them now and say, wow, look how big they are. $1 trillion, almost $2 trillion plus companies. But these are small businesses at one time. Now you're being forcing these people, right, to shut down. They need your help more than ever, and not because they're being greedy here, asking for handouts. Or, hey, just give us money, please. No, they want to feed their families. They want to pay their bills. They want to work. They want to work. It's America. They want to work. And you're destroying the fabric that built this country. My question is, how do you think this is going to end? How do you think it's going to end? And the statistics showed survival rate for people who are not in the danger zone when they get COVID is over 99.5%. Yet you're forcing businesses to close and remain closed. These people can't feed their families, can't pay their bills, forcing them to close. They're not giving them any support at all. You have them on an island by themselves. I know several people with businesses like this. They're struggling. They have nothing. They were doing very well. They had a savings account. They were doing okay. Now they're all a massive amount of debt. They don't know what to do. But what do you think is the end solution? So I tell you, these businesses, they're going to open back up. They're not going to stay closed. You're seeing that across every state that's mandating these closures, and people get arrested and you're getting fined. They're like, no way. No way, because the rules are not the same for everyone. They're not. And our politicians who we elected sit back while all this shit's taking place. They're watching it. They see it. They know the statistics. They get them. It's a real simple solution. Pay these people. Give them money to run their businesses. Give them money to feed their families. While hoping this vaccine that came out will result in these lockdowns ending within the next 2 months, 3 months. Hopefully a year from now, things start returning a little bit back to normal. Not going to happen right away. But do we really need someone like Warren Buffett to come on CNBC before we realize how important this is? Which, by the way, Warren Buffett, it's amazing how, I always said the best thing that happens to people, like if you want legendary status, is you die when you're young, right? You die when you're young and you're a legend. I mean, Warren Buffett, that legendary status continues to grow year after year after year. Someone I respect, someone that, my dad knew. My dad wrote just a small book called Awareness of Indirection and sent it to Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett actually said, thank you so much for it. This is before Warren Buffett was, had 100 million people go into, the Omaha conference and annual conference and stuff like that. But, and he signed it personally. I have that letter. It's really cool. Actually, I wanted to see if I had it here. I was going to show it on the screen for you guys to see it. Again, we taped this video because of Research YouTube page. But seriously, I mean, you got to help these people out. You got to help these people out. We all agree, right? These are small businesses. Come on. These are people that work hard, that you're mandating that they need to be closed, and all their customers are now going to, big box retailers that you're allowed to stay open. Even how are they going to survive? They're barely going to survive when we open up because most of these small businesses can't operate at 80, 85% capacity. Usually after that, that's where the profit comes in. But now you're not even giving them a shot. And you hold all the cards. It's simple. You just got to come together and agree. Crazy times, man. Crazy times.